Hi everybody, my name is Adrian and today we are going to be reacting to some YouTube short horror films. This is called Fear Filter. Lucky Cat Productions
Honey,
presents...
Got to go to bed. There's nothing to be afraid of. I promise. If you get scared, I will be right outside until your parents get home, okay? Sleep tight.
Don't let the bed bugs bite. Aw, she's a munchkin herself. She kind of looks like this girl from this other horror movie that I've seen. It's an indie called Virus, I think. She kind of also looks like Chloe Grace Moretz. God, that is such an old filter. What is that, like an iPhone 4? That's such an old Snapchat interface. Ooh, Blake. Oh, there's gonna be like another... Oh, fucking hell. There's gonna be another like face in the background. There you go, called it. Like every time I open a Snapchat, I always have this fear that there's gonna be like another face in the background and I'm alone. Like this is a very common trend with like paranormal videos where there's like another face in the Snapchat video and the filter algorithm picks up on it. Like it's like my phobia of like walking down the street where a bunch of cars are parked and that one of the cars will explode.
Johnny, if this is a joke...
Oh, that's so fucking loud. That's not Johnny. That thing is taller than any child. Unless Johnny's like 7 feet tall, I don't think... Jesus. God, my heart's pounding from that. Like, you don't get it. I'm wearing headphones, and all those thump, 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 thump. Like, it feels like it's, like, going in your head. Is she having, like, a migraine or something? Because, like, I know that ghosts, like, whenever they're close by, they give you migraines. Or, like, spinal spasm. Oh, yeah, that's creepy. If that happened to me, bolting out the door. Fuck that. It's so haunting. This is like Unfriended. Like spoilers if nobody's ever, if you haven't seen it, but it's like similar to this kind of vibe. A film by Tracy Kleeman, starring Lulu Saffron. Nice. Okay, I really like the cinematography on this one. The lighting is pretty spot on too as well. Like I love the creepy eerie glow of the foam lighting up the girl's face. I also feel like there's so many like scream queen girls in horror films that look like her, and it fits the archetype just perfectly. It's very familiar. I like that. Again, like I love like horror where they take on like social commentary about technology and how it influences our behavior and our fears as well. For me, like the scariest things I always think about whenever I use my phone is like if I use my phone and then I see another person behind me and they're not there and I'm supposed to be alone. I love that everything is just like one person who's acting through this whole story. This is why I love short horrors, is because like you can tell very simple stories with basically nothing but a room and one actor. There are some great horrors that don't even require any dialogue, and it's just perfect. This one's called The Ballerina. Nice iPad Pros. AirPod Pros, sorry. Okay, so her phone's gonna come back. It's gonna be a callback. Hey, pun. My mom has those, like, things that you put in between your toes. Very graceful. Ah, great shot. I love that refraction. This is giving me Suspiria vibes. I love it. Suspiria is like one of my favorite horror films. I like the Dutch angle that they've already established. You know that this is going to be very twisted. You got your vortex. The multiple glass mirrors that are like facing each other, creating like a portal between the undead world and the living. Creepy ass lights suggesting spirits entering the studio. I like her eyes. Oh shit. Oh, is this gonna be a doppelganger situation? Where her like reflection doesn't match up with her movements? That's fucking creepy. I'm on to you, mirror. Sussy mirror. Oh, that's so freaky. I like that horror sting that they applied to. It just really got me. Curiosity. What would you say to yourself if you see your reflection talking back to you? It's a dance-off? Aw. Very cute. Is that all you got? Step up. Very cool. This kind of reminds me also of Black Swan. Like the descent into madness. Like the psychological and physical pressures of being a ballerina is so like intense. Like that. that you can just snap like a bone. Just like the way her ankles just snapped. Like her psyche is snapping. Just on the edge. I always hate those. I hate the finger snappings. That always makes me wince, cringe. Oh no, she's gonna snap her neck. Okay, that was a little too janky. The execution is not as good, honestly. Oh, I love that font and that fade in. Very stylistic, though. Valeska Miller. Victoria Frutz. Director of Photography, Keelan Carothers. Good job, Carothers. You did a really stunning job. Choreographer, Amanda McLeod. Visual effects by Sam Evanson. Yeah, Sam, I don't know about your, like, neck snapping thing. Like, it's just kind of, like, deflated the horror, but, like, if it was just executed a little bit better, like, I feel like it would have been more scary, because, like, that just felt kind of, like, too janky for me. Like, it just, you can see, like, it's just not well as focused as the actual, person that's in the, in the frame. Like, it just feels uncanny, and it just kind of makes it feel kind of, it breaks you out of the verisimilitude, the whole atmosphere of it. It just feels like it just took away the horror element, and it just made it realize, oh, I'm watching a horror film. But it's very staged CGI, and it's like, it makes you realize, oh, this isn't real. Like, I was so enveloped with the story and the cinematography and the shots. I'm totally invested and believing in this world. But the next step is what kills it for me, honestly. It's not even that they needed a higher budget or, like, more skilled, like, editing to make it work. I just think that they could have done it like off screen, or like have it sort of like bleed through, or just show like the bottom half of her legs twitching as her neck snaps, because we know it's coming. And that's the part that I really like, that was really scary, was when her doppelganger in the mirror is sort of like hinting that she's gonna snap her neck, and like, you know it's coming, and the anticipation is what's killing you. But as soon as I saw, like, you know, the CGI, like, I just thought, oh, like, I just LOL. But otherwise, like, that was a really good film. I really love the cinematography. Very good lighting. The tone is right. It's just that one part, I gotta say, is what kills it for me. But overall, 8 out of 10. Would have been a 9 out of 10 if the CGI or just like a better execution on the neck snap. But otherwise, yeah, I love this film. This is really good. The other thing I really like to mention is that I love horror that involve dancing, because it's so rarely talked about how, like, the idea of, like, tantrum, of, like, dancing in a state of euphoria creates, like, an alignment with nature and the physical world with the spiritual world. I strongly believe that a lot of the spiritual antennae that connects us with the spiritual world has to do with the motions of the universe spinning at a certain frequency that allows us to tap into that spiritual realm, that allows us to communicate with them because they communicate through a frequency that only people that can reach a state of emotion and spiritual openness
I don't want to talk about that.
You really need to relax.
with your mind and body, that you're able to connect to that frequency and channel the unknown. So really cool concept. I love that. If you have any more recommendations or films that are like that, send it my way, please. Anyways, I really like both of those films. They're both really highly rated in my opinion, but I think I'm gonna give it a slight edge to the Fear Filter just because it executed perfectly in every way. Mainly the jump scare, more so because they delivered and executed the fear better. That's really what you're looking for in horror, is the payoff of the fear that you get from seeing the monster or climaxing to the kill. Fear Filter did it with more excellence. They killed the character in a way that I would have liked to have seen done in the Ballerina, because the janky CGI really just like deflated the horror for me. I was just bolting out laughing. With Fear Filter, it did the job of showing you the horror without actually showing you the horror. What I mean by that is that they show you the killing, but it sort of bleeds through without having to see the gruesome details of the killing done. Really good horror for me is when that bleed through is done in a way that's very smart and aesthetically, because I think showing just the gruesome details can get very tiresome after a while, whereas a very smartly executed bleed through is always more craftier in my opinion, and to do that well is a sign of a good, really good filmmaker. At first, I really loved the cinematography of the Ballerina, and I love that Dutch angle when they introduced it, that gave it that signal that you're now entering into the realm of the doppelganger, and that the reality is bent, just as the Dutch angle is supposed to signal to the viewer that there's something awry going in reality, that's bending and tilting towards the realm of the unknown. So if they had executed properly the neck snapping, I probably would have given the win to the Ballerina, but just because of that, I'm gonna deduct points and say that Fear Filter is the better of the two films, just because of that. Just because of that one detail. Alright guys, that's going to be it for me. Anyways, if anybody has any recommendations of like dancing horror that's like Black Swan or Suspiria, it's like one of my favorite horror films, and send it my way, I really would appreciate it, and we might react to this. Comment below, let me know, like the video, it'll really help me out, and don't forget to subscribe. And with that, bye.